Good morning, afternoon, and night, sir and everyone. My name is Desfree Melton, NIM 21104173885. Now I want to read some text about what is management. Management is essential for an organized life and necessary to run all types of management. Good management is the backbone of successful organization. Managing life means getting things done to achieve life objectives, and managing an organization means getting things done with and through other people to achieve its objective. Whether management is an art or science will continue to be a subject of debate. However, most management thinkers agree that some form of formal academic management background helps in managing successful, particularly all CAO are university graduates. Hence, the reason for including business degree program in all academic institution. Management is a set of principles relating to the function of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, and the application of this principle in harnessing physical, financial, human, and informational resources effectively to achieve organization goals. Definition of management. Many management thinkers have defined management in their own ways. For example, Van Veld and Peterson define management as a set of activity direct at the efficient and effective utilization of resources in the pursuit of one or more goals. McGinson, Mosley, and Petrie define management as working with human, financial, and physical resources to achieve organizational objectives by performing the planning, organization, leading, and controlling function. Kreitiner definition of management. Management is a problem-solving process of effectively achieve organizational objective through the efficient use of scarce resources in a changing environment. According to F.B. Taylor, management is an art of knowing what to do, when to do, and see that it is done in best and cheapest way. According to Harold Kohns, management is an art of getting things done through and with the people in formally organized group. It is an art of creating an environment in which people can perform an individual and can CO operate towards attain of group goals. A leader has certain inherent equity and trait which assist him in playing and directing role and wielding commanding influence with others. Leadership is an integral part of management and plays a vital role in managerial operation, while management is an integral component of technical as well as social process. The practice of management is as old as human civilization. However, the study of management in a systematic and scientific way as distinct body of knowledge is only of recent origin. Management is some form or another is an integral part of living and is essential wherever human efforts are to be undertaken to achieve desired objective. The basic The ingredients of management are always at play wherever we manage our life or our business. For example, let us look at the managerial role and a simple housewife and how she used the managerial ingredient in managing the home. First, they appreciate her household and its needs. She forecasts and needs of the household for a period of a week or a month or longer. She takes stock of for her resource and any constraints on this resource. She plans and organizes her resource to obtain the maximum benefit out of this resource. She monitors and controls the household budget and expense and other activity. In a large household, she divides the work among other members and coordinates their activity. She encourages and motivates them to do their best in completing their activities. She is always in search of information, mention goals, resources, and means to do attain this goal. These ingredients generally and are basic function of management. Management can be defined in detail the following categories. First, management as a process, management as an activity, management as discipline, management as group, management as a science, management as an art, management as an profession. The concept management is as all an human race itself. The concept of family itself require the life be organized and resource of food are opportunities in a manner so as to maximize the utility of such resource. Taking proper steps to safeguard the family from attack by wild animals. Planning on where to go fishing and hunting and whom to go with organizing this group into shift and hunting and finishing bench where shift gave direction and so on are all subtle ingredients of management and organization. A study of various people around the world show got example for organizational structure and organizational evolution over the years. A village supermarket in a tribal and large department store in a modern city serve the same needs in a similar fashion, which is putting things together that people need. While the tribal organization was simple in nature, the modern organization is much more sophisticated and complex with many technology innovation. However, the basic form of management and organizational structure seems to have existed since the beginning of organized human activity. Even the recorded history show the application of some children management technique as far back as 5000 BC, when the ancient Sumerian used written record in executing governmental operation. The Egypt pyramid built as early as 3000 BC required the organization effort of over 1,000 workers. It would be natural to assume the vision of modern management, namely planning, organization, directing, and controlling, played a significant role in the constitution of family monument. Similarly, the early civilization of India bears witness to organizing living. Management as a system is not only an essential element in organized society but also an integral part of life. When we talk about management life is not much different from management and organization, and this art of management has been with us for time immemorial. Just as a well-managed life is much better organized, goal-oriented, and successful, good management of organization make the difference between the successful and the failure of the organization. Perhaps the importance of management was highlighted by the late President of the United States of John F. Kennedy when he said that the role of management in our society is critical in human progress. It's several to identify a great need of our time to improve standard of living for all people through the effective utilization of human and material source. Similarly, Peter V. Dunker, a United Management Authority, has emphasized the importance of management to social living. He proclaimed nearly 25 years ago that effective management was becoming the main resource of developed nation and that it was the most needed resource for developing nation. A manager job is high crucial to the success of any organization. The more complex the organization, the more crucial is to the manager role in a good manager make things happen. The importance of management is an organization was emphasized by Professor Leonard Herschel in the address to a group management development specialist as follows. We must find ways of convincing society as well and those who train managers in particular that the real relationship problem of our institution to the getting this done, the implementation, the evolving of a consensus, the making of the right decision and the right time with the right people is where the action is. Although we as society haven't learned to give much credit to manager, I hope we can move toward recognizing and managerial and leadership jobs are among the most critical tasks of our society. Must they deserve the professional status that we give to more traditional field of knowledge. There are basically five primary functions of management. There are planning, organization, staffing, directing, and controlling. The controlling function comprise coordination, reporting, and budgeting and action. The controlling function can be broken into these three separate functions. Based upon these seven functions, liturgically coined the word post-corp, which generally represents the initial of these seven functions. P stands for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, D for directing, CO for coordination, R for reporting, and B for budgeting. But planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are within recognized functions of management. First, planning. Planning is future-oriented and directing as organization direction. It is a rational and systematic way to making decisions today that will affect the future of the company. It is a kind of organization forcing as well as corrective hindsight. It involves predicting of future as well as attempting to control the event. It involves the ability to foresee the effect of current action in the long run in the future. Peter Dunker has defined planning as follows. Planning is the continuous process of making present entrepreneurial decisions systematically and with best possible knowledge of their future really. Organizing systematically the effort needed to carry out this discussion and measuring end result of this discussion against the expectation through organized and systematic feedback. An effectively planning program incorporates the effect of both external as well as internal factors. The external factors are storage of resources, both capital and material, general economic trends as far as interest rate and inflation are concerned, dynamic technological advancement, increased governmental regulation, regarding community interests, unstable international political environment, and etc. The internal factors that affect planning are limited growth opportunities due to saturation, requiring this verification, changing patterns of the workforce, more complex organizational structure, and decentralization, etc. To organizing. Organizing requires a formal structure of authority and the directing flow of such authority through which work subdivision are divided, arranged, and coordinated so that each part relates to the other part in a united and coherent manner so as to attain the prescribed objective. According to Henry Fayol, to organize a business is provide is with everything useful or its functioning, i.e. raw material, tools, capital, and personnel. Thus, the functional of organizing influences the determination of activity that need to be done in order to reach the company goals, assigning this activity to the proper personnel and delegating the necessary authority to carry out this activity in a coordinated and cohesive manner. It followed, therefore, that the function of organizing is concerned with one in the identifying the tasks that must be performed and grouping them whenever necessary, though assigning the tasks to the personnel while defining their authority and responsibility. 3. Delegating this authority to these employees. 4. Establishing a relationship between authority and responsibility. 5. Coordinating this activity. 3. Staffing is the function of hiring and retaining a suitable workforce for the enterprise both at managerial as well as non-managerial levels. It involves the process of recruiting, training, developing, compensating, and evaluating employees and maintaining this workforce with proper incentive and motivation. Since the human element is the most vital factor in the process of management, it is important to recruit the right personnel. According to Coates and O'Donnell, managerial function of staffing involving managing the organization structure through the proper and effective selection, partial and development of personnel to fill the roles designed in the structure. This function is even more critical important since people differ in their intelligence, knowledge, skill, experience, physical condition, and attitude, and this complicate the function. Hence, management must understand, in addition to the technical and operation competence, the sociological, and psychological structure of the workforce. For directing, the directing function is concerned with leadership, communication, motivation, and supervision so that the employees perform their activity in the most efficient manner possible in order to achieve the desired goals. The leadership element involves instruction, and guiding the subordinates about procedure and methods. The communication must be open both ways so that the information can be passed on the subordinates and the feedback received for them. Motivation is very important since high motivated people show excellent performance with less direction for superiors. Supervising subordinate will to continue progress report as well as sure the supervision superiors that the direction are being properly carried out. 5. Controlling. The function of control consists of those activities that are undertaken to ensure that the event do not deviate for the prearranged plans. The activity consists of establishing standard for work performed, measuring perform and comparing it to these set standards, and taking corrective action as and when needed to correct any deviation. According to Cons and Donald, controlling is the measure and correction of performed activity of subordinates in order to make sure that enterprise objective plan desired to obtain them as being accomplished. The controlling function involves A. Establishment of standard perform. B. Measurement of actual perform. 3. Measuring actual perform with the predetermined standard and finding out the deviation. D. Taking corrective action. All these 5 functions of management are close interrelated. However, these functions are highly indistinguishable and virtually unrecognizable and on the job. It is necessary to put each function separately into focus and deal with it. So that's all about what is management. Thank you everyone and see you soon.